From laser eyes to super strength to talking to fish,
I'm so sorry.
The Boys is full of very different and very powerful superheroes. Let's go through and rank them by their super abilities. Here are the most powerful superheroes in The Boys. Starting out the list, we have Victoria Neuman, the congresswoman who's really popped off in season 2 and 3. Jokes aside, she can pop off people's heads just by looking at them, which is insanely OP. The reason she doesn't rank higher is that we know she has to be looking at the person and be within a certain range to be able to do it. Her power doesn't appear to work on Supes with regenerative abilities. Defensively, she has nothing going for her based on what we've seen so far, but you definitely don't want to be in her line of sight. Next, we have Nagib, the walking nuke, as I like to call him. He was the result of Homelander giving Compound V to terrorists in order to pressure the US to let Supes into the military. Nagib can create an explosion on command and blow himself up, destroying anything without superhuman resilience within range. This doubles as both an offensive and defensive ability. Despite this, Nagib is left pretty useless against anyone who can survive these blasts, as we've seen in Season 2. Hughie's powers, on top of superhuman comedic relief, include being able to pierce through someone's body with his bare arms. He also has what I believe to be his more notable superpower, teleportation. This plays a huge role defensively and offensively, being the first character on this list with significant defensive capabilities. The reason he's only number 8 is that his powers are temporary. They only last for 24 hours and they come with unpleasant side effects. He also cares deeply for Annie, which may make him act irrationally and put him further at risk.
I'm not gonna let you.
On top of being one of the most controversial characters because of her old school agendas, let's call them, Stormfront had the power to rival that of the strongest characters in The Boys. Being the first official Supe to ever exist, she was able to withstand Homelander's laser beams with some level of ease. She could generate electricity on command, creating powerful waves of destruction as well as allowing her to fly. Her resilience made her extremely formidable, but as we've seen in the show, it doesn't protect against everything. Maeve is touted as the second strongest character, but lots of new characters have been introduced and moved up the ranks. She's very resilient. She benefits from super strength, enhanced accuracy, and is a martial artist on top of having experience wielding swords. She's literally Wonder Woman. With that said, the fact that she's terrified of Homelander means that she knows she couldn't take him head on. On top of that, the other characters on this list would put even the mighty Maeve to shame. Next, we have Cindy from Stranger Things. From Season 2 of The Boys. She has extreme telekinetic powers, able to literally explode people on the spot, as well as bend objects to her will. This is on top of her resilience, as she was able to walk away from a one-sided fight with Stormfront unscathed. We're not sure the true extent of her power, but based on what we've seen, she's not someone you'd want to go toe-to-toe with. Who'da thunk it? Billy Butcher, the Supe Hunter, turned Supe himself. Temporarily, though. His most notable ability is the ever-threatening laser beams from his eyes. He benefits from having experience in close combat as well as firearms training, and has a group that will probably have his back no matter what. His weaknesses include only having temporary powers, having to deal with the side effects of those temporary powers, and perhaps most notably how Butcher is often blinded by rage. This rage could very well lead to his premature downfall. Black Noir is the least talkative yet one of the most memorable characters in The Boys. His extreme abilities in combination with his silence make for an unsettling combination, never allowing us to predict his next move. Black Noir is extremely resilient, has superior reflexes, can outrun a car, and has particularly amazing regenerative abilities on top of fighting like a master ninja with projectiles. He placed 4th on this list despite how strong he is, since he has one pretty exploitable weakness, a tree nut allergy. He's rendered completely helpless if this allergic reaction is triggered. What? No way, Bumper Jumper. Homelander placing 3rd? Yep, that's right, and I'll tell you why. Yes, he's very strong. Yes, he's practically invulnerable. Yes, he can fly, has laser beam eyes that can cut a plane in two, and has a sense of sound and smell so strong he can detect illnesses and even fear in people. There's probably many more abilities we haven't even seen from him. With that said, his superhuman senses can be exploited to get the jump on him through something like a sonic boom. We know he's egocentric. He's somewhat easy to manipulate. His deep-rooted insecurities have been and will continue to be exploited throughout the series. On top of this, we can rest assured someone like Homelander couldn't have been created without some sort of contingency plan. With the right weapon, I'm sure he can be taken out. At number 2, we may very well have that weapon. With the reintroduction of Soldier Boy, Homelander has felt fear for the first time in a long time. Having been the Homelander before Homelander, Soldier Boy comes equipped with super strength, super resilience, a shield, hardened combat and arms experience, and oh yeah, a frickin' beam that can literally take away superpowers. This could, potentially, render Homelander powerless, along with any other Supe not immune to this. Who could possibly top that, you say? Well, there's one other character we haven't covered yet that could put everyone else to bed. Yes, Ryan Butcher has the potential to be the strongest character in all of the boys. Having been the first natural-born Supe, his laser beam eyes are superior to Homelander's, which is his primary weapon so far. This is proven by how he was able to mortally roast Stormfront when even Homelander's laser beams couldn't. Ryan is just a child, his powers being ignored and largely unexplored for the most part, but with the proper training, Ryan Butcher has the potential to be the most powerful superhero in all of the boys. Thanks so much for watching. Is there someone I missed? Would you put them in a different order? If you'd like to see me break down all the superheroes' powers and weaknesses, let me know in the comments below and I'll catch you in the next one.